Hey y'all, it's Courtney, and I am back with another video. And yes, my voice ran away, and it still has not come back. It's been like 4 or 5 days, and I've been trying to wait to make this video until my voice came back completely, because I know that sometimes it's already hard enough to hear me in my videos, let alone me having half of my voice. So I'm gonna basically like scream in this video because I want this to be known, and I want it to be heard, and I want people to know about this, because we can't keep letting people get away with this kind of shit, man. So yeah, I was trying to wait to make this video because, like I said, I know that my sound production is horrible, but we gotta. I can't wait any longer, because I'm the type of person, if I wait too long, I will either chicken out or wimp out, or whatever you want to call it. And with this, I wouldn't have wimped out, but it would have got to the point where I would have waited too long. I would have missed my chance to talk about this, and I don't want to miss my chance. I can't. I Everybody should speak up about this, so that anytime this is researched, people will find our videos first rather than anything positive. And I hate to say it like that, but it's just what it is. But yeah, I'll wait too long, and you guys know how it is here in the trailer park of YouTube. If you wait 2 or 3 days to talk about a subject, nobody cares anymore. They're already on to the next subject, and the subject that happened 2 or 3 days ago, nobody got time for that anymore. They're already on to the next thing. Time here in the trailer park goes 100 times faster than in real life. So if you want to talk about something, you got to get it out right now. And I've already waited like 2 or 3 days on this, so I have to talk about it. So I'm sorry if you guys can't hear me. I'm trying my best to project. But anyways, so what I want to talk about today is a tale as old as the trailer park of YouTube. And I call it the trailer park of YouTube in a loving manner, because in a trailer park, you get like all different walks of life. Like, you might get, some immigrants that are working, so they're staying next door while they're working at a certain place. And then you might get traveling people and that have just pulled up, their trailer to hang out. And then you might find people that are there permanently, and like, you just find all different kinds of people. And the drama community used to just be that. And then add in the true crime community, and add in Boyd, and there's all kinds of, in the addiction and recovery community, starting to merge in a little bit, and the I guess the prison community is starting to come towards this way. It's like a black hole, man. The drama community is like a black hole, and we're just sucking everything in, and we're getting bigger and bigger, with the more communities we swallow, basically. And like I said, it just turns into a meeting of a million different types of people, and I love that about our community. But also, with all the good people that you get, you're going to get a couple snakes in the grass as well. And if you let the snakes in the grass just be, and you just don't mind them, and you just let them go about their business, they're going to get up under your trailer, and they're going to lay some eggs. And then before you know it, more snakes will be coming on in. Their babies are going to be hatching and coming up in your house and running amok. Everything's draining out of me, so I'm sorry if I have to pause and blow my nose or anything, guys. I hate it too, and I know that it's gross, but I'm dying. Ew. I'm dying right now. So anyways, yeah, if you let the snakes mind their business, they're going to bring their buddies, they're going to bring their babies, whatever you want to call it, and there's just going to be more and more and more of them, and we need to exterminate them before they're a problem. You understand? We need to get rid of them before they become an issue, which they've already become an issue, but I mean a continuous issue. Like, we can't keep letting this happen to the good people of our community. And what I'm talking about today is scammers. And usually my videos don't have to do with anybody in particular. They have something to do with like something that I've seen so many times that I finally want to speak about it, because I'm like, oh my god, I see this so much. like the friendship thing that I made. I wasn't just talking about one person. I was talking about like 20 different experiences that I've had or seen or whatever, and I put them all into one video about how to be a shit friend, basically. And I guess really I am talking about more than one person in this video because, like I said, it's a tale as old as time. It's definitely older than our drama community because scamming has been going on forever. You know, people will scam you out of a buck if they can, and I find it disgusting. But for people that don't know, there is a couple. Their name is Mare Bear, and that's what I was saying. I usually don't say names in videos because it's usually about like a ton of people. And this one is as well because, like I said, this has happened over and over and over. But I want to talk about right now specifically what is happening. So there is a couple, and they're named Mare Bear and Dr. Fish. And basically, this woman came on her live stream and said that her boyfriend, Dr. Fish, beat the crap out of her and he was in jail. So all these people are giving her money because they feel bad because she said that he broke her PlayStation 4, he broke her phone, there's no food in the refrigerator, just asking for money here, like, constantly. And I watched one stream in particular that really rubbed me the wrong way. And at the time, I don't like to question victims because I know how I felt. You know what I mean? And it doesn't feel good when somebody questions whether you're telling the truth about a rape, or about being abused, or about anything like that. Like something so serious, you can't question somebody before you believe them. You know what I mean? You can stay skeptical, but you should never just downright be like, you're lying and I know it. Because most people wouldn't lie about that kind of stuff. Most people would never lie about the kind of things that I'm about to discuss. But I saw in one particular stream, she played a voicemail because she had a restraining order. And by leaving this voicemail on his mom's phone and then telling his mom to let the Mare Bear hear it, that was breaking the restraining order because he was trying to contact her through a third party, and that's still breaking the restraining order. And supposedly showed it to the cops, and they took him back to jail again and then let him go again. But in the process of her listening or letting everybody listen to this voicemail, every time she played the voicemail, she sent out the link right along with it to her PayPal. Like, right, because she played it like 5 times, and I'm not joking, every single time, right as she would start playing it, her link for her PayPal would pop up in the chat. And I was like, that's whenever I was like, something smells a little fishy here. And so anyways, so everybody feels so bad for this girl. People are offering her places to stay. People are offering her, tons of money, help, whatever she needed, this community would have provided her with. Okay. So her boyfriend gets out of jail, and she leaves. On the first video he posts, she leaves a comment saying, "I miss you, baby," and a bunch of hearts. After she just did all these live streams calling him a horrible person, telling everybody how he beat her, how he put a cigarette out on her arm, how he did this, how he did that. And so of course everybody got upset, and they're like, what the fuck, dude? You just said this dude beat the hell out of you, and instead of like saying anything like, hey guys, I'm gonna try to give it a chance, because believe me, I am a survivor of a very abusive relationship. I was with the person for 8 years, and it was really hard to get away because for the first 4 years, they were not abusive. And then they just had like a switch flip whenever one of their parents died, and they just turned into this completely different person. And it took me 4 years to realize that this person was not going to go back to who I fell in love with. It just wasn't going to happen. So I get it. It's hard to get away once you get with somebody and they have their hooks dug into you. I get it. But hold on, I hear one of my children. This isn't something I want them to listen to. Alright, y'all, I am back. So, anyways, it's my holy water setting spray to protect me from this vile shit. So anyways, so she, where was I at? Okay, so she goes on and she hearts his stuff, and instead of being like, hey guys, you know, we're going to try to work it out. I appreciate everything you guys did for me, this and that. She flips the script, and first she says, he did hit me, but da-da-da-da-da. But in his comment section, he's making her look like a complete idiot because he's hearting all the comments that say it was a scam, they fooled you, gotcha, you guys are dumb for believing this, all that stuff. He's hearting all those comments. So she's sitting there saying one thing, and he's being shady as fuck and going behind her back and hearting all the comments that say exactly the opposite of what she's saying over on her channel. But she's too dumb to see that he's still making her look like an ass after she took him back. Which she looks like an ass anyway. She looks like an ass either way, and so does he, of course. But they both look like assholes either way. Because then the narrative flips again, and now the narrative is that all of this was fake, and that the only reason why they did all this was to see who would be loyal to Dr. Fish, who was going to stay loyal to him, and who would be his friend till the end. That's a sack of shit right there. That is the stupidest plot I've ever heard in my life. Nobody would ever do that. Nobody in their right mind. Oh, baby.
I want to visit you.
You want to visit me? Well, hello. Hello, pretty girl. Mommy's talking about stuff that isn't for kids.
I'm not going.
Why don't you go visit Daddy?
No.
Well, we gotta go bye-bye, so you gotta let me finish my video. Hold on, guys. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. There's certain things you don't want your kids listening on, and that's one of those things whenever I'm going off about something, cussing, and, you know, that kind of stuff. She doesn't really need to be hearing that, so gotta go get her settled back in and, you know, chilled out, because we're going to go to the store. She wants to go, so. But anyways, so, yeah, so the narrative now is that they did this in order to see who would stay loyal to them. That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Nobody would think that that's a good idea. I've heard, I don't like to use addiction against people because, you know, I'm a recovering addict. I have no business judging anybody over their addiction. But when you're scamming people to get drug money, I mean, it's a little bit different. I think it's kind of fair game whenever you're using other people's money and you're using serious subjects to make money to buy drugs to put up your nose. I think that's a little different. But Xanax pretty much eats your brain up. Believe me, I was on it for years, and it took me a good 3 or 4 years to be able to think straight again. Like I just felt confused all the time. For, like, the first year or so after I got off Xanax, I just, like, was, like, absent-minded all the time. I couldn't think, like, if I would have to think of a math problem or something, I would just sit there, like, for, like, 5 minutes before I could actually just, like, get my brain working. You know, it was like an old machine that had to get going, and, you know, it took me a long, long time to be, like, you know, very articulate again, and I still feel like, I still know that I'm not the person that I used to be. Xanax completely changed me. I used to be super smart. They told me that if I didn't go to college that I was stupid with the scores that I got on my GED test. But anyways, it's not about that. It's just the fact that, like, maybe the Xanax, like, that's the only way I could see somebody making a plan like that and thinking that it would go smoothly is, maybe, like, if they were on a Xanax bender and came up with the idea why they were high. But, because I used to think of some stupid shit, but no, that's not what happened. I honestly think he did hit her. I think he hit her, and she's just trying to cover up for him now to try to get him back in with her without taking the public beating that or the public lashing that he should take for hitting a woman, period. But he's over there, instead of like manning up and being like, yeah, I did this, he's over there being shady and liking comments that go against what she was saying. And now he's got her saying that he didn't hit her. And the other day she was talking and he's in the background saying, I don't hit women. You guys should know I don't hit women. And just like the look on her face was like she looked like she was swallowing her pride right in that moment. That she was holding back anything that she wanted to say. Because she loves him. Whatever. You know, I'm not judging. Once again, I was in a relationship and it was really hard to get out of. I was abused for 4 years. And believe me, I left quite a few times. And he would say he was going to kill himself. He would I couldn't have children at the time. Well, I thought I couldn't have children at the time. But come to find out it was him. But I thought that I couldn't have my own children. And he would use our nephews because he knew that I loved them as much as I could love my own children. Because I didn't think I'd ever have my own. So they were like children to me. And he would use them against me all the time. They have ways of pulling you back in. Once they get their hooks in, it's very easy to reel you back in. And that's another thing. Oh, my voice is coming through a little bit now. And that's another thing that I've heard, is that she lied about a miscarriage or something like that. And fuck everything else I'm saying. I've lost 3 children, and I've been through abuse. I've been through sexual abuse. I've been through any type of abuse that you could imagine. I've been through it. And I think that I can say, coming from, because I know a lot of people in this community have been through either child loss, miscarriage, stillborn, or some sort of any type of abuse. I think so many women can relate to that, and that's why I pull on everybody's heartstrings, because either everybody in this community has either been through or loves somebody that has been through either abuse or, you know, sexual abuse, some sort of abuse. So it pulls on anybody's heartstrings. And then I hear that they did this before with like being pregnant and asking for money, and then all of a sudden I don't know what happened with it. I don't know if she said she had a miscarriage or what, but like, disgusting. From somebody that has lost children, disgusting. Fucking gross. You're nasty. You should be ashamed of yourself. For all of it, you should be ashamed of your damn self. I mean, who raised you, people? You have no self-pride? I mean, are you above nothing? Because that's what it seems like right now. Where do you draw the line on scumminess? Where do these people get off thinking that they're owed anything in this community? But then we all, out of the kindness of our hearts, support this woman. And I didn't give any money because, like I said, after I was thinking about it, and then after I saw, I don't usually give money, and I was thinking about it, but after I saw her like throwing in that link over and over and over again, and every time she was playing that voicemail, I was like, no. And I didn't tell anybody that I felt that way, because I was like, man, I'm such a, like, I felt bad for feeling that way, but I just knew down in my gut that something wasn't right with it. And that's the whole point, is that they're making out like everybody coming at them is the bad person, and that they're the victims here. They're the victims because they couldn't trust anybody because everybody turned their back on them, and that's exactly what they wanted to see, was who would turn their back on them. And you're damn right people would turn their back on you when they're trying to support you through an abuse claim, and then you turn around and say, oh, just kidding, I'm going to take, even though we know you weren't kidding, like, he did get arrested, so did you lie to the cops too? Because that's illegal, baby. But anyways, and then, like I said, this is making a mockery. Not even to mention this. I haven't even mentioned this part yet. It's making a mockery out of real abuse victims. It's making all of us a little less credible with every motherfucker that lies about this shit. Everybody that lies, it makes people question real victims a little bit more. And it doesn't feel good to be questioned. It doesn't feel good to feel like somebody thinks you're lying whenever you're telling your story. Or, you know, it's just amazing to me how they don't understand how that's fucked up. You know? And not to mention also, this is the last point I want to make. These kind of bozos are what ruin it for the people that really need help in our community. And they make people that really need help in our community afraid to ask for anything. You know? My fucking tub, we haven't been able to use my tub for the last 3 years because the whole floor is falling through. The bathroom floor is falling through. The whole end of my house is sinking. Because we live on a wetland, basically, and our house is fucking sinking. So all my floors are falling through, and, you know, we need to move. We don't have the money to, you know? So there are people that actually need help. But they would never ask because they don't want to be labeled as some sort of scammer or something like that. Because of people like Mayor Bear and Dr. Fish. There are good people that just need help that will never ever do it because of bozos like that. And that's not fair. We are a good community of good people. And when somebody reaches out for help, we should be able to help them without questioning whether they're lying or not. But people like them ruin it for everybody. And they make everybody side-eye each other because of people like them in the past and now. So, scammers, just get the fuck out of here, man. We've had enough of it. We don't need it anymore. We have people in this community that really do need help. We don't need random bozos coming in here asking for kindness because they see that, you know, how much help other people have gotten. And then I'm already seeing people trying to use the solution or the formula that Mayor Bear and Dr. Fish went for, you know? Let's act like we're having a hard time in our relationship to get attention. I'm already seeing copycats now. It's like, bro, do you guys have no limits? And then, you know, it's almost Christmas time. And I'm sure a lot of people in our community are going to need help. You know? And we shouldn't have to wonder, is this person lying? Is this person, are they really as bad off as they say? You know, you shouldn't have to question anybody. But one asshole ruins it for everybody. And it just makes me so sad that we even have to wonder or question people, you know? Man, I don't understand. I just don't understand, man. I'm at a loss for words at this moment. I can't even think of anything else to say right now. Other than Mayor Bear and Dr. Fish, you have successfully made a joke out of the pain and suffering of so many women, so many men, so many children. You made a joke out of suffering and pain that others have endured. And not only have you done it with abuse, but you've also done it with child loss. You can't get much worse than what you guys are. And you guys will have to live with what you did and scamming so many good people. Y'all lost a lot of good people. People that would have helped you a million times over had you just been honest. And had you just been good. And had you just been pure intentioned. You know, I would never ask my audience for help with anything because you guys give me something that money can't give me, and that's emotional support. And emotional support that I get from you guys means a million times more than a couple hundred crummy dollars ever could. You know, the emotional support that I get from you guys is it's priceless. It's priceless to me. And I could never put a dollar sign on that. I could never put a dollar amount on that to how much money I could get to where I would fuck you guys over to get a certain amount of money. I couldn't put a dollar amount on that because you guys are worth more than money to me. Because you support this and you support this. And I couldn't ask for more out of myself, my friends. I love you all so very much. And remember, these people do not represent our community. They are not part of Boyd. They're not part of the trauma community. We don't want them. Shoo. Throw the fish back in the pond where he goes. Back in the swamp where he goes. And put the bear back in the woods where she goes. I love you guys so, so much. And I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. And hopefully I'll have my voice back by tomorrow, and I'll be able to make actual videos where you can hear me speaking. It's getting a little bit better because I coughed up some stuff. So hopefully you guys could hear me in this video. I love y'all so much. I gotta go to the grocery store. Y'all have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye.